Raheim Sanders, also known as Rocket Sanders, might be the best running back in college football right now. He comes in at over 235 pounds and plays with a big chip on his shoulder. He's also a very competitive guy. He chose to go to Arkansas because he wanted to play against and not for the top college programs like LSU and Alabama. Creating something special instead of joining something already special means a lot to him. As a freshman on the Razorbacks, he made a solid impression, rushing for almost 600 yards and 5 touchdowns, but he really made a statement in his sophomore season, putting up almost 1,500 yards on 6.6 yards per carry and touching the end zone 10 times. And his runs weren't easy, as he tends to look for contact and looks to punish defenders. Now, when he first entered college as a 4-star athlete, he was still learning the running back position while also adding muscle. Last season, we saw a glimpse of what his final product could be, and it looked pretty damn spectacular. So let's take a look at the film to determine if he really is the best in college football right now and if he deserves to be the first running back off the board in next year's draft. Before we get into the film session, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more football content, and please let me know which NFL or college football player you want to see me analyze in the next video. So here he is against one of the top college programs, Alabama, and he put in a very strong performance in this game against a tough front. Here on this first play, Arkansas runs a split zone out of the shotgun, attempting to create a divide between the linebackers. So as this play starts, Sanders is reading linebacker number 10 and reads his commitment to the front side of the play based on his positioning. This opens up the backside. There's also some penetration coming in from the weak side, which causes Sanders to bounce it fully back to the inside. He has great vision and he processes defenses quickly. Alabama wasn't disciplined on the back end, and he took advantage, and he did that with very little hesitation or wasted movement, and then dragged some defenders for extra yards. The holes in the NFL are smaller, so getting upfield quickly is very important, which is what Sanders does at a high level. And here they got an inside zone look going, and the blocks develop well, which gives Sanders some room to work with here. He bounces it quickly outside as soon as he diagnoses the leverages from his blockers. And even before the snap here, there's a clear imbalance in Alabama's front if you do a quick hack count. But Sanders does a great job here of quickly cutting this outside and bursting up the field. Quick, decisive, and physical. Reads the blocks immediately as everything's happening. This is just an instantaneous thing, which you see with some of the better running backs. And for a big guy, he can still cut on a dime. You watch his film, and he just knows how to play the running back position. Another split zone look here, and in this game, Arkansas are really dialing up some good running plays. The blockers looked in sync, just a good offense. But on this play, Alabama's front does do a good job of staying disciplined in their lanes. The blocks do develop well. There's some penetration in the backfield, but Sanders reads it really well. And Sanders is great at being patient in the backfield and creating for himself. Number 50 is two-gapping here, which Sanders feels. And he reads sort of the linebacker that's working behind there. And he quickly hits the backside of his guard that's blocking for him there. Another play where he makes the right decision and at a very fast pace. All these decisions basically come just instantaneous to him. And then he also fights for extra yards, which everyone likes to see. Sanders is a very patient runner and always waits for his blocks to develop. There's a lot of teach tape in his film. Inside zone here against a smaller front, and he hides behind his center, reading the block. And then once he feels the center win the front side, he explodes up the field. He's great at setting the tempo and rhythm himself and taking what the defense gives and executing his responsibility. Here he is again, timing his run perfectly. He feels front side pressure on the outside zone, uses his speed to evade and cut upfield, and then just has special ability to create on his own and make people miss. And on top of having great vision, he also has a strong stiff arm he goes to. Here he takes the Alabama linebacker for a ride, finishing this run off on his own terms with a grown man move. He can create yards through physicality and finesse, and he has special talent. He just needs the ball in his hands. Here against Ole Miss, he's going to take a quick flip and just humiliates the defense, stiff arms a defensive lineman, jukes out some other guys, and accelerates up the field. Just superstar talent. And he can make these superstar plays against the best talent college has to offer. Here he runs through the Alabama defense, making guys miss, fighting through contact. Everything you need from a back. In the pass game, he does a good job as well. Although Arkansas didn't feature him there much, mainly just routes in the flat and screens, Sanders just runs a short flat here, and the QB almost seems like he's just trying to get rid of the ball. But Sanders battles through contact to make the catch and takes it up the field, creating something out of a broken play. And as you'd expect, he holds up well in pass protection. He's a big back who loves contact. He identifies blitzers quickly and attacks them head on with his hands and momentum going forward. He even gets some pancakes here and there. He's just a very smart football player who also happens to be physically gifted. His mental processing is very impressive, competitive toughness. Just a true leader for a football team. Overall, Raheim Sanders is a star. He's a 3-down back who can fit in basically any scheme, but does his best work in zone runs. He has very good vision, timing, and creativity, can make guys miss with quick jukes, and looks for contact and consistently fights for extra yards. He takes chunks at a time and can also hit a home run if given the space. He's also solid as a receiver and stout in pass protection. I think there's a strong chance that he will be the first back off the board in next year's draft, as he just ticks all the boxes, the intangibles, mental game, physical game. He's got it all. So those are my thoughts on Raheim Sanders. Let me know what you think about him in the comments, and let me know which player you want to see in the next video. That's all from me, guys. I'm out.